bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam.
Yai da da bim, bam, bim, 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 bam,
Bim, 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 bam.
Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat,
Shabbat,
Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom,
bim,
bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 yai da da bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Good Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos.
Hey, let's become a community right now. Find someone you're sitting near who you may or may not know. Introduce yourself to them. Wish them a good Shabbos. Tell them, are you here for Shabbos? Are you here for Ufruf? Are you here for Israel blessing? Are you here for just the joy of the moment? Are you here to listen to Cantor's voice? Are you here, I don't know, because your brother's getting married? Are you here because you want to really take apart Drake's new album? Words the cantor sings, we find in Song of Songs, we find in Scripture, I'm my beloved is mine. Sometimes it's a love song, sometimes it's a Shabbat song, because the idea is that we, the people of Israel, are the groom and we greet our bride this day of Shabbat. God, of course, has brought us together. So there's an energy we feel today in this moment of something positive, something good. Things have lined up well for us as a community. You found yourself here in the garden. The sun is shining, but there's no humidity. It's a nice cool breeze. My hair is a mess. Why are you laughing? I was speaking on behalf of Cantor, sorry. We have wonderful things to celebrate in our community. Bride and the groom will be in the chuppah in, I don't know, like 6 weeks. Separate from that, we have teenagers who are going to Israel with Rabbi and with me in just a few days. And we have a community that's together. and just celebrating this moment, enjoying that. You know, in Torah this week, in the Parsha we read Beho'otecha. We're told that the Israelites were encamped in the midst of our journey for our 40 years of wandering in the wilderness. And any time the cloud rested over the tabernacle, we encamped. We stayed put. It could be for 2 days, it could be for a month, says the Torah. Anytime the cloud lifted, we began our march, our journey again, continuing on. It's no wonder the Israelites complained all the time. Like they didn't know if they were staying put or if they were on the move. The commentary says that there are times like they didn't have how to treat their animals. Should they have food for them? Should they bring them in for grazing? Or would they be on the move? And there were always a little bit of unrest. But what I love, one of the great rabbis of the 15th century taught, that it's really the metaphor for our lives. Because we never know what tomorrow is. We have plans, right? But there's always a sense of new things that occur. Some good, some maybe not. And we adapt. And so the idea is, what is a constant in our life? What do we have that's a constant? And the rabbis tell us Shabbat is one, it is that constant, and the connections we have to one another, to community, is a constant as well. The people of Israel traveled together as a community. And so while they might not have known if they were staying put, or if they were on the move later that day, or in a week, or in 2, they knew they were a community. They're becoming a community. They created something special together. This is our first outdoor service of our summer. Some of you think it's the second. That's what the calendar says, but it was raining last week. So this is the first time we experience the joy, the vibrancy of summer, the peacefulness. For those who follow a school calendar, it's this past week that classes ended. We feel a little bit liberated, both students and teachers alike. We feel good of relaxing, so it's an extra blessing for Shabbat. An extra moment that we create in our time to recognize that. So Shabbat is here for us to notice these things, to notice the goodness we have, what we feel in our lives, being with community, being with one another, sharing in that joy as well. These are our CAYA services, our come as you are casual services, meditation time just to enjoy Shabbat, our prayers. We don't use a prayer book for those who are guests. The idea is that we can just hum along or sing prayers, but to feel this moment of Shabbat. So now that we're together, we can join in the Baruch Hu as we rise as a community.
La Fill our hearts with joy and all the love you have to give. Shelter us in peace as you lead us to your name, and we will know that you are one. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, ושבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Next prayer that we join together in is the words of the Hashkivenu. It's a prayer that when we go to sleep at night and we have all these concerns, all these worries, that we ask God to help us let go of them for a little bit, so that we can find ourselves at peace. Tomorrow, wake up to life renewed, refreshed, ready to tackle some of those challenges, but really an opportunity at night to let our minds rest. For us, that's what Shabbat is too. This time that we have, these moments that we join together as a community, it's to pause, to stop, to just be present. So for a moment, I invite you to close your eyes, to focus on your breathing, to breathe in, slowly inhaling through your nose, and to breathe out, exhaling through your mouth. Continue to focus on your breath. Breathe in, breathing in God's gift to us. and breathe out, sharing your gift with the world. As you continue to focus on your breath for those that are here with us or those maybe watching outdoors somewhere else, feel the wind blow across you. It's the perfect cue right there. Listen to the sounds. It's the birds chirping, the flags flying. Take a moment to just be present, to enjoy just being. And when your mind wanders for a moment and takes you somewhere else, bring yourself back to that relaxing spot. Just being present, living in the now. Hashkivenu asks that as we go to sleep tonight, that God put a shelter of peace over us. A Sukkah Shlomecha. And so as we enjoy these moments, we pray that that's what happens. God protect us. Watch over us. Help us live in the present in these moments so that we can wake up tomorrow morning to life renewed, refreshed, ready to live our lives.
Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us with wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. V'hamidenu shomereinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom. V'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim.
And in preparation for the Amidah, we take a moment as we rise together for a moment of silent prayer. Please pray silently.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanurah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ויהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו משני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
So as we gather together on this Shabbos and we think of our connections as a community and of Torah, so as we bring Torah into our midst and reach out and touch it, thinking of those in need of healing and strength. The prayers of Mishiberach, we connect with community, connect with one another. And just as Torah has been a source of strength for our people for thousands of years, so is it a source of our hope. Mishiberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, v'Imotenu Sarav Kulei Rachel. Hu Yivarech et Cholim, merciful God, who's blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Becca, Leah, and Rachel. Send your blessings to our loved ones who are stricken with illness and anxiety, friends and family we think of at this time. Elissa Yoto and Alan Edelberg, Amy Drysdale Atler, Mickey Berg, Doreen Villett, Michael Brody, Karen Kasman, Patty Seresny, Stephen Chadwick, Megan Dox, Brett Eisen, Michael Eisen, Elisheva Batsara, Barbara Esrig, Richard Finkel, Richard Gotro, Adar Grenadier, Batia Batnesha Penina, Andrew Halo, Ava Haber Cornholm, Ty Hall, Hank Heiser, Ann Horn, Jane Jacobs, Serafina Coffrin, Sarah Bat Miriam, Karen Coltono, Rick Cornspan, Marta Lazar, Henry Leopold, Libby McIntyre, Zoe Marcus, Joyce Maza, Teresa Miji, Allison Mertzman, Tony Michaels, Marlene Miller, Marianne Min, Gail Mintz, Liv Herschel Ben Bat Ami, Linda Newman, Rabbi Robert Nozenchuk, Reza Bat Leah Miriam, Leah Elisheva Bat Avram Bachana, Susan Perlman, Melanie Pohl, Joanne Reed, Rachel Mibet Chaim Bachava, Marcy Fisher Reiners, Julie Robinson, the St. Amman family, Rita Seidman, Bernard Sklar, Roberta Sanino, Barbara Storm, Leo Tosto, Connie Wahlberg, all those battling the coronavirus, 32,455 American troops who've been injured in Iraq, the surrounding areas to date, all those who've been injured in the war in Ukraine. The names, of course, that remain in our hearts. Baruch atah Nair V'Cholim. Blessed are you, God, who gives strength to those.
Of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Aleinu l'shveach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשר כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך
emptiness that a death leaves behind. Those who are no longer a physical presence are still alive within our thoughts and our words. Their memories are only a part of the picture. So long as we recall their presence, and their warmth, their friendship, their heart, mind, and thought are still within our soul. We honor and cherish the ones we love by living our lives to the fullest. So on this Shabbat, we think of those friends and family who have been taken from us in these most recent days. Shiva, Shloshim, and Shana we mark. Marilyn Hertzberg, Judith Naines Dolson, Bernie Loveland, Lawrence Traeger, Andrea Jarris, Jean Fiander Tennant, Shana Strasburger, Stephen Richmond, Mick Malamud, Eliza Wexler, Lois Fishman, Ken Schiff, Stephen Gotro, the 4,586 Americans of our armed forces who have been killed in Iraq and the surrounding areas to date, those who have lost their lives in the war in Ukraine, and the 1,012,647 Americans who have lost their lives to the coronavirus. And to their names we add those whose yard sites we mark, those of whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. William Barron, Ruth Beigler, David Brown, Marilyn Efrosy, Mary Alice Galowski, Isidore Gladstein, Zlata Goodman-Gordner, Henrietta Harris, Al Klein, Henry Lenhoff, Betty Nosenchuk, Faye Perlman, Bill J. Pittler, William Pohl, Albert Smith, Giorgio Sanino, Gary Stern, Samuel Stolovich, William Tarnow, Valerie Thurston, Calman Harry Unger, Marie Walker, Dr. Alvin Yaros, along with all the names in our hearts, and those who have no one to say Kaddish for them, do we join together as one family, as one community, in the immortal words of the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Ve'almad Divrach, V'ertei, Ve'amlich Malchutei, V'chayachon, U'vyomachon, U'v'chayei L'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agalah, U'vizman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, V'barach, Le'olam, Omei, Omaya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitramam, V'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, V'yitaleb, V'yitalal, Shmei D'kusha, B'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran ve'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom v'imramah, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn. Comfort to all the bereaved among us here and everywhere. Together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom v'imramah, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom Shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom Aleinu. Israel, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol
When we have joy in our life, it's nice that we can share joy with our community and not just keep it in the intimacy of our homes. And so, just, I don't know, a few weeks before their July 31st first wedding, Stacy Indiana and Adam Zupke have chosen to receive a blessing for their ufra for this time in their lives and brought their families together as their lovely brother Jordan is handing out the candy. Remember, payback is, Adam, you'll be doing this soon because Jordan just got engaged. Everyone should know too, so it's really... So, with that strong work, oh wait, Sophie and Nathan. Shapiro Sue. And so we invite Stacy, Adam to come forward here. So we ask God's blessing upon the two of you as you get ready to walk to the chuppah. So natural.
Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we thank you for all of your blessings, but most of all for the gift of love that you have given to Stacy and to Adam. Love is one of the highest experiences that we as human beings can have, simply because it adds so much dimension and meaning to our lives. Give these, your children, a love that will be nurtured through communication and support. Let them open up their lives to each other, that they may grow together as a couple while they celebrate each other's uniqueness as individuals. Let them become devoted to each other through care and concern, through giving and sharing. Give them a strength that shall not falter and an intimacy that leaves no room for reservation.
Adam and Stacy, as you come here now with your parents as role models in a sense, but with Alan and Julie and with Lean and Art, truly shedding nachas upon this moment. They're smiling the entire service, just waiting to get here. But I think these next 6 weeks, they'll be holding on bated breath, excited for the two of you to be under the chuppah, because you bring so much joy, not just into each other's lives, but into everyone who's around you and is seeing your love. What began 10 years ago when you first met at Camp Tamarack, so a shout out to all those Tamarack people who are here. This is what happens when you go to Tamarack sometimes. And what developed over time, and you now have created in the love of your lives and becoming such close friends and confidants in what you will make forever. And so we ask that you should always continue to have this much fun in your journey. That you should always keep that perspective that helps with the balance of life, and that you get to see the world through each other's eyes every day, learning from one another and sharing so intimately as well. And that joy and that love and what you create, we ask that you should always be blessed. And that these next weeks should be as much fun as these previous years of leading up to it. And even more so, the excitement, and that you treasure every moment, and that you're present in all of the moments. And never let the stress worry you, because it will all work out, and you'll be under the chuppah, and you'll be having the time of your lives. May that be a blessing for you as we say together, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Bless you, God, who has given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this awesome moment together. You turn around, and now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu.
It's like this target practice. You can walk back to your seats and get hit too.
We have a tradition that we invite up anybody that's ever been to Tamarack as a camper to come enjoy, or that's going on a Western trip this summer, to come pick up some of that candy to be able to enjoy
Maddie,
as well. Maddie Shapiro. This is your blessing. Going on Western.
Hey, new. Eat these. I've got to use them for tomorrow's Ofruf. Just kidding. Just a bar
Sing
mitzvah.
amen with me.
Mazel tov. If you haven't received your invitation, you'll be getting it soon. Just kidding. A few announcements and some more blessings that will be coming up too. This week on Wednesday, 22nd, is Tea Talk and Torah in the social hall. Little learning at, what's that? 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock?
2 to 3.
2 to 3 o'clock, Tea Talk and Torah, studying a little text together and sharing as well. For anyone who's not been there, wants to study with your rabbis, we're there to enjoy that once a month a little learning. Next Friday is our 3rd annual Pride Shabbat. And rather than just adding some nice prayers and thinking about what Pride means for us as a community and support and strength with the LGBTQ plus community, we have something sort of like our Moth Radio Hour with, after our services, 4 individuals will be sharing their stories who come from the LGBTQ community, and I think really enlightening for all of us to enjoy, and we're proud of them and wanting to be able to share that too. So that'll be happening here outside as well with services too. What other things? What time do we have to be at the airport?
8:30 a.m. for the campers.
So, yeah,
8 o'clock for you staff members.
Some of us are going to Israel on Monday morning. But, get lucky. No, not really. Okay, yes, it's really. A moment of Tish, though, or other announcements that I didn't think of. Our annual meeting is in a week and a half on Tuesday the 28th. And you don't have to come, but sign a proxy so everything gets approved. If you want to come, you're welcome to. It's always a nice, feel good about temple kind of thing. Lots of exciting things on the horizon. The machinery will be there soon as Les Bloomfield passes permits to us.
Arthur Fishman?
We're doing that in a moment.
We're
doing that. You can't do that yet. Okay. Oh. We'll teach you.
We'll teach you in a second, Arthur. Arthur's trying to move things along during the service. Thank you, Arthur. So we'll talk about that tradition.
Take your time.
Arthur was asking about a tradition that we have, in which we'll be talking about with our teens in a moment as well, because we also have a special gift for them, though not as generous as Arthur. He's keeping us extra safe. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Thank you, Arthur.
Other Tish questions? Yes? Yeah.
Sandy?
Why do we as Reformed Jews say Kaddish the week after, or the Shabbat of the week that someone's died, the anniversary of? So if the death was on, the anniversary was Monday, we do Kaddish tonight and tomorrow. Why do Orthodox do it the week before? Are you sure about? I'm not so sure about that, if they do the Shabbat before or they do it during Minyan of the week of.
During the day of.
During the day of. So, because our tradition in Temple is, we read Bill's name on Sunday at our minyan, and if we had weekly minyans, we would have done it all, during a time. Shabbat concludes the week, so we've done it in a sense for the entire week. We actually did it last Shabbat too, so we were Orthodox in your mind, I guess. They do this. You think the Shabbat before? You know what? There's no law. The law is you say Kaddish the day of, that day, right? And so we're not in shul every day. I'm not. Some of you maybe, I don't know. So
You are, you're just not praying.
that's right, I am. That's a good point. I am in shul every day. So, and with that in mind, you'd say Kaddish on the day of the anniversary, right? Because we gather weekly on Shabbat, it culminates that week of. So that's the reason being. Just one. Yes.
So Paulette's asking about the notifications that we send out in preparation for our yard site, that there's something that comes out from the office that says that if you would like the name to be read, you can either fill out the form online prior to Friday afternoon, or as you get here, you can check off the sheet that's over here so that we make sure that we read a loved one's name. However, she said, as she saw, that if somebody has their name on either the Ziff Memorial Hallway or here in the Frank Interfaith Garden on the wall over here, that you don't have to check it off, that it'll automatically be read. And that was one of the traditions, is that as you see, there's names that are written, that are carved in. And it used to be that on the plaque there would be somebody lining it up every week as you were inside the shul that would move them around, and you would know whose yard sites are this week, and they would read those names as they were going through. So those for us are in perpetuity, that we'll continue to read those names
Forever.
forever.
That's the idea, right? Yeah, forever. And actually, a beautiful story of a woman who converted to Judaism here at Temple. And she converted later in life as an adult, as a single woman. Her children were now adults. They were all raised not Jewish. So when she died, there were no Jewish family members who were going to say Kaddish. And peers of hers, a couple here at Temple, took it upon himself to dedicate a plaque in her honor and her memory so that we always read her name. And I always think of how kind that was of Barbara and Bob to do that, and whenever I read her name. And that, you know, Penny and Kennington and I knew her before Rabbi's time here, and so we always honor her that, and it's really beautiful in that sense. Yeah. So, hey, Rabbi, why don't you talk about going to Israel? What's going on with that?
Excellent. Well, looking out for a moment, so we do have a group going to Israel on our teen mission on Monday, and we're going to come back to that in a second, because I need your help for a moment, because it's really cool standing up here and looking out. And if you'll do me a favor, for those who have had a child or that's been or yourself have been a counselor on the teen mission, or a child on the teen mission, or have traveled with us to Israel on a birthright trip or a family trip, will you raise your hands for a moment? Anybody that's been to Israel with Temple? Pretty.
That counts.
Family trip.
No, it wasn't family. You're staff on Team Mission. Yeah, there you go.
So it's really cool to like look out and see all these faces. And for us, that's what this is about as well. That part of our mission is being able to help our families, our students, adults, be able to develop a connection with our homeland. And, you know, going on a teen mission, which has been something that's been now 4 years in the making, because it's been canceled for a number of years as we were trying to get ready to go because of COVID, is really incredible in taking a group of young adults from here at Temple. We have 15 people from Shir Shalom that are going to be going on the teen mission this summer. Are going to be spending a month in Israel, learning about the people, the culture, the sites, all those different things that we learn about that are referenced in our prayers, that are in our stories that we share. And so I want to invite up now all those that are going on the teen mission this summer. And I'm going to read the names of all the Shir Shalom people, because I know some of them are working, but they're going to get their blessing online as well. But if our high school students and our staff will join us up here, and that would be Dylan Shorish, Ben and Gabe Faber, Jordan Grand, Jamie Hertzberg, Ethan Horn, Wiley Ferris, Abby Sampson, Rebecca Seligman, Jacob Shapiro, Sophie Sherbin, Maddie Pitler, come on, Sam Melder, Julia Peterson, and Nathan Moskowitz.
You to go first, Rabbi? Okay. Make a nice line. Thank you.
So if you've been to Israel before, whether it's with us or not, will you raise your hand again? Nice and high, because now I want you guys to see this. Abby. Look how many people out here have experienced the incredible magic, thank you, that you guys are about to experience as well. This is, for us, a dream come true, that we get to share Israel, these experiences with you, and that for Rabbi and I, that we get to lead this trip with you, with Nathan and Sophie as two of your staff members that are going to be on the bus traveling with us this summer as well. And the places that you're about to see, I know I met with a number of you leading up to this, talking about the excitement, what you're most looking forward to. And for everybody, it's a little bit different. For some of you, it's tasting the food. For some of you, it's meeting friends and making some new friends in the Jewish community here. For some of you, it's visiting some of the sites, going to the Old City. For some of you, it's hiking, going sea to sea, or the Army experience that you guys are going to have. But what's most incredible is this trip that you guys are about to go on is a foundational experience. That this is a memory that you'll have throughout the rest of your lives, just as those who raised their hands have experienced as well. And for us, it's a dream, because this is what we've dreamed of for thousands of years as a people, that our people will be able to return to the city of Jerusalem, to the state of Israel, and to experience it. And whether it's making Aliyah and living there, or just for us today, this summer, being able to go visit and build relationships with the people of Israel as well. And so we have a tradition here at Temple, as Arthur was demonstrating as well, that it's known as Shaliach Mitzvah. Shaliach is an emissary, and a mitzvah is a commandment. So the idea is that you become an emissary of this commandment. And Rabbi and I have a tradition that at Temple with Cantor, he's going to hand these out, but we have a tradition, and that's the one that Arthur was asking about as well, of handing out $2 bills. Something unique, something special that you don't see. And he's going to show us how to fold it in the proper way.
That's right.
Because the idea is a few things.
Sure, almost funny like a $2 bill. We are. Unique. Excellent.
The four corners that remind us of two different things. One, the four corners of our earth. The tradition is that one day Jews from all over the earth will be able to join together in Israel, and so we'll fold it in a way that those corners are going to be touching in a moment. And two, the idea of the four corners of our fields that we leave fallow for the poor, the widow, and the stranger, so that they can come and survive and make a living for themselves too. And so these $2 bills are really, they're not for you, but they're to keep you safe. Because when you're on a journey to do a mitzvah, we're told that God protects us on our way there and on our way back. And so these $2 bills are for you to be able to give, to find an organization that we're going to visit this summer, and to choose which one you think is important to you and makes a difference in our world, to give that $2 bill to them, or the shekel equivalent of it as well.
So, fold it in half. Once. Fold it in half again. Fold it in half again.
Hamburger or hot dog?
Doesn't matter. And fold it a fourth time. So like Rabbi said, it's 4 times. Put that in your wallet or your fanny pack, whatever. It protects you on your journey, and you'll deliver that, and you'll choose who is the beneficiary of your tzedakah. And that's what we do. We see someone, we give them, as they leave for Israel, to be protected, to make sure of it. You all, a week from now, I was thinking of this as we're enjoying Shabbat together and experience this. So a week from now, you'll be in Jerusalem experiencing Shabbat, right? Welcoming Shabbat in Jerusalem. And for me personally, there's no place in the world like Jerusalem, and that experience of being there as our people have either done for thousands of years or dreamed of doing when we couldn't get there, and what that represents. So look around our world today here in Michigan, right? West Bloomfield, and hold on to that as you to carry that with you to Jerusalem. And next week, for just a brief moment as you're having the time of your life and soaking in all the joy and all the falafel and shawarma of Jerusalem, everything else you're doing, in that moment of Shabbat, just think back to this moment, what you're dreaming of anticipating and what you'll hold on to. And then bring some of that back too. And that's what our hope is, that you bring some of that passion, that joy, that sense of who you are back. And the coolest thing for us rabbis is to see the friendships that didn't exist yet that develop, that the new people you'll meet, both in your peer group as well as Israelis you've not met, who in a sense you bring home with you too. And do me a favor, I won't see you for a couple weeks. Take care of Rabbi Daniel. Make sure he's okay.
Take care of Rabbi Mike when he gets there.
Right? And just make sure everything's calm and good. And have an awesome time as well. And we say, Baruch atah b'voecha, Baruch atah b'teitecha. May you be blessed in your going out, may you be blessed in your coming in. So Rabbi Daniel will take them there on June 20th, and then I bring them home on July 15th. Right? So, next week, we'll do this too. We'll gather around a Shabbos table together. Oh, okay, guys, all gather in. Come on, everyone grab hold of that one. It's really COVID friendly. We all hold it together, because we'll do this as we welcome ourselves to Jerusalem. We'll pull it all together as well, and we sing Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Pull off a piece. Come on. Nice. If you want, you can go share it with parents or whoever's with you. Are you gluten-free? I know. Look at the gluten-free person gets the biggest piece of challah. You're my girl. I know. I'm sorry. Well, don't give it to me. No, I can't help you there. We gluten-free people stick together. So, thank you, my friends. You can go back to, you can go share it. Go share challah. Yeah, give some too. Bring some to Maddie. Maddie's going off to West. When do you leave for Western? On Sunday? A week from Sunday? You can miss your brother for that 1 week? You be okay? Be safe and have fun too, right? Well, we give thanks for the sweetness of our time together, the joy of Shabbat, the joy of being a part of a community, and all of these things that we celebrate. We join with Cantor in the blessing over the wine.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Help. There we go. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine, the sweetness of life. We rise together for our closing benediction.
One other thing to share as well, in the back there is a little table. And as you know, and people have referenced, the fact that we are beginning the building project for our addition at Temple and redoing some of the things inside the Temple with our social hall. We're planting in our addition a time capsule, and we've asked questions of ourselves to think about that you can answer, write as much as you want about, and drop it off in a time capsule. The time capsule will stay open through the next couple months before we seal it, and it gets put into the new addition as well. So a wall there that will open in 25 years. And then we also have the tiles that we're creating, that we're doing the stairway in our own tiles, and the artist is going to put them all together after we each individually design them. So all the forms on the back table there, we'll have that throughout the summer. You can just take it with you and think about it, but add to it as well. And now for our final blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you, and may God protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'choneka.
May God's light shine upon you and shine through you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom.
May God lift you up, giving you the strength to always be you, but most of all, may God bless you with peace.
Vayisem lecha shalom.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.